consciousness a dialogue or monologue? Anyways, this is Andy with Mindset Matters More. Hey guys, today I am thinking pretty deeply, and so I wanted to share with you guys a thought that I had. So I was reading this book called Conversations with God that I am working on my next YouTube series on. And one of the things that it's talking about is the Holy Trinity: God, Father, Son, id, ego, superego, consciousness, subconsciousness, superconsciousness, past, present, future, here, there, in between. And everything kind of shows up in this Trinity, right? And so one thing that I wanted to talk about today was how the consciousness, the superconsciousness, and the subconscious is actually just a metaphor for time, or maybe time is a metaphor for the consciousness. But what I would like to sort of make a connection today is about how these things interplay with one another. And I just found it really fascinating to have this discussion. And so sometimes when you're thinking about, whether like the mystical, the real, the psychic, the subconscious, like all these things that are driving forces in your life, if they're real, I really think that they are. And so this kind of just plays into what the hell is Andy even talking about. So let's talk about the consciousness as time, right? It's a 3-part model. So if we think about the subconscious, that would be the past. The subconscious holds what already happened, like memories, habits, traumas, programmings, conditioning, everything that's like ever happened to you is put into your brain for storage. It's built from the experience, both personal and collective, and it shapes how you react without even thinking about it, right? You see fire, you know to back away so you don't get burned. Like, you're not burning yourself right now, but it's happened to you before, so subconsciously you remember that this is happening, so you instinctively back away. You could say that it's like a time capsule for everything that you once were. It's an archive of all that was. Your inner historian. It's basically keeping the records of everything that has happened to you, right? Okay, so that's how the subconscious is the past. Now we have the consciousness as the present. And this is the moment-to-moment awareness of what you're thinking, sensing, or choosing right now, in this very second. When I said that, now that's the past. It's part of my subconsciousness that's gone collectively into my brain. I'm no longer experiencing those words. I'm not experiencing when I got out of bed this morning. I'm not experiencing the drive home yesterday. I'm not experiencing my weekend at the Cape this weekend. I'm not experiencing last week's meals. I'm not experiencing last month's gym. I'm not experiencing anything that happened in the past. I'm only experiencing what is right here, right now, right? It's fleeting. By the time that you acknowledge the present, it's already become the past. And yet it's the only place where choice and change can happen. You can only make a decision right here, right now. You can't make a decision in the future. You can't make a decision in the past because it's not happened. When you make the decision, that is consciousness, that is the point where you are making it. Once you've made it, it's already in the past. Now, in this blink of time that you call now, it's your inner narrator. These are the things that you think about, the voice in your head that's talking to you and conversing with you, saying, hey, that fire is hot. Oh man, that's a pretty fire. Oh man, I feel nice and warm. And like the minute that you had the thought, it's already in the past. So consciousness is like just not even like a millisecond. That's too much of a time, but it's like instant, right? So that's the consciousness that is the present. So now we talk about the superconsciousness, which is the future. And this is your projected knowing. It's not based on fear or fantasy, but truths that feel inevitable. So it includes your intuition, your destiny, your soul purpose, and even your awareness of mortality. So I know that this podcast is going to end. I know I'm going to publish it. I know I'm going to have lunch. Obviously I could die between now and then, but like if I stay alive, I know that these things are going to happen. I know that I'm going to have dinner. I know that I'm going to work tomorrow. I know that I'm going to Portugal in a few weeks. I know that I'm going to drive my car. I know that I'm going to bed. I know. These are things that have not happened, but yet I know that they are happening. So to me, these are things that are like already in your awareness of the future, right? So, and even the fact that like I know I'm going to die. I don't know how I'm going to die, but I know it's going to happen. And these are things that are assured. And it's where I hold all these things. These are the things that like I know will happen. It's a whisper from what will be to my inner spirit. And so these are the past, present, and the future, right? The super consciousness is the future. So it explains why the super conscious feels spiritual. Because it's always looking ahead to something larger than now, something deeply known but not yet lived. The subconscious pulls you back to what you've been, but the super consciousness pulls you forward to what you're meant to become. And the consciousness is that bridge between your past and your future, right? So you have these two driving forces, the super consciousness and the subconsciousness, that are pulling you into existence in the now. Because you have all these lived experiences that are dictating, hey, this is what I believe. These are the things that I'm going to have. Like, my subconscious, my past has dictated the groceries that I have in my house. So obviously I'm now going to make an Indian breakfast. I'm not going to make a South African breakfast. I'm going to make a typical American breakfast or a typical Andy breakfast. These are the things that I have. So my subconscious is pulling me into being this person right now. But my super consciousness is saying, hey, you can be more. You can do more. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to Portugal in a few weeks. Oh, why don't I try some Portuguese food between now and then? Something that my subconscious would not have told me to do because it's not in my lived experience. But I'm sitting here thinking, oh, maybe I should see what it tastes like here versus what it tastes like when I go out there. And so I'm going to have new experiences now because I'm future thinking, and it's pulling me into becoming somebody new, somebody who has Portuguese food experiences in my life. And so what the fuck does all of this matter, right? We're sharing about the past, present, and the future. And I guess for me, the thought that, I have these things pulling me in the past to being a person right now. I'm letting it dictate what I can be versus looking to the future and letting that pull me into a different level of life that I could be. And I don't like either one of them telling me who the fuck I should be because I'm a strong, independent woman. No. But it's like, okay, which one do I listen to? Do I listen to my past and lived experience, or do I listen to my future and just let it whisk me away? Well, both. Because the path keeps me safe in a sense, right? It protects me from that fire. It says, hey, Andy, you're going to get burnt. I mean, future Andy, she's just living life, right? But past Andy knows, hey, that fire is going to burn you, so let's not get too close. But future Andy is like, hey, we're going to build a fire. I don't know why I'm obsessed with fire today. Point being that living life in the present is a bit of both. Looking to the future, checking in with your past and saying, what are the things that are driving me? What are the things that are pulling me? What are the things that are preventing me from living a more explored future? Because your past can pull you back too much. And we don't want that. We want it to inform us, but we want the possibilities of the future to also pull us to get out of our comfort zone, to try new things, to live life and experience them right in the present and right now. So I hope you guys found this thought interesting, because as I was playing with this, I was like, oh, I never thought about how psychology and spirituality could interplay like that. And for me, this was an interesting topic. Let me know what you guys thought. I'm going to put the link to my book on how to journal in the description. I'm also going to put a link to my YouTube, which is where I'm doing the review for Conversations with God. I think that's going to start next month. And you guys can read all about it. It's actually a pretty interesting book. And all right, that's it for me. Love you guys. Bye.